Hey guys, True Knight here. So tonight I'm gonna do something a little bit new on my channel. This is primarily a TCG card game channel that I go over where I play Yu-Gi-Oh primarily and do like deck profiles, stream when I go and play in tournaments, or just go over like latest news in the game and stuff. But my favorite time of the year right now, well, one of them, next to Christmas, is NHL playoffs. And I've been an avid Avalanche fan since day one. Went to the very first game ever against Red Wings in '96. They've just always had a place in my heart. So now that I have a YouTube channel, I figured, hey, why not? My thought process with this, so I don't want anybody who's following me with the card stuff and everything is to think that I'm going away from that. I'm not. It's like I've explained in previous videos, we're in a format that I really don't have interest in, so I'm not playing right now, but I'll still go over news, deck profiles, things like that. But I want to do a once a week video where I talk about sports, in particular the sports that I like. I'm a bit of an all over the place kind of fan. Of course, NHL, the Avalanche and Maple Leafs are my two favorite teams. In basketball, it's the Nuggets. In baseball, I love the Chicago Cubs. And in football, I grew up a diehard Broncos fan. Turned away from them when I was probably like freshman year of high school, and have been a Tampa Bay Bucks fan ever since then. It's a bit of a story, but I'm kind of like falling more in love with the Broncos now because they're like the laughing stock of the league, and I love that. So who knows? I may like them again later on in the future, but yeah. So that's just a little bit about me. But tonight, what I want to go over in this video is obviously, I'm sorry, I just realized I had my OBS right there. Obviously, I'm gonna cover my thoughts on Avalanche versus Stars 2024. And I'm gonna kind of go over what I think is gonna happen the rest of the playoffs. So, to begin with the Stars and the Avalanche, this is probably gonna be one of the most. It has the opportunity to be one of the most like high octane matchups that we have seen ever. On one end of the spectrum, you have the Avalanche, who are just, they're 2 years removed from a cup, and they look like they appear to be firing on all cylinders right now with the team they have. And with the goalie being a little shaky, it looks like, honestly, that's kind of settled in. Again, we'll see here, because they've been off for like, what, 6 days? So we'll see what Georgie brings come Tuesday. It's currently the 5th Sunday night, so we'll see what he brings come Tuesday. I predict like a good 6-game series, maybe 7, but somewhere 5 to 6. If a team lets it get away, I could easily see one of these two teams closing out in 5. If it's back and forth, I could see 6, and if it's just a grind it out, like what we saw in the first round, where we saw games like 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, could very easily go to 7. So my thoughts on this are, Dallas is no joke. Obviously, I don't like Dallas. If you're a Star fan in here, sorry, but I think that team is a very grindy, in-your-face. They're huge. They have some offensive prowess, but nothing that I was really impressed with in the first round that I saw. They had game 3, I think it was, the first game in Vegas. Yeah, game 3. I was very impressed. That was like playoff caliber hockey, but that's because I've grown accustomed to the Avalanche caliber of hockey. And they looked like the Avs game 3. They were in the face, hitting the Vegas players all around the ice. They were getting scoring chances left and right. They were just go, go, go. And that's what the Avalanche do every single night. And it looks like Dallas was only able to maintain that for like a game and a half, which is what should be the concern for Dallas, is can you keep up? That's what every team should be asking themselves right now. Can we keep up with the Avs? Because the Avs are going to set the tone. They're going to set the pace. If you try to meet that pace, you'll fail. Because the Avalanche want teams to try and meet their pacing. The key to beating the Avalanche are grinding them down. We saw Vegas do it. We saw Seattle last year do it. If you get the Avalanche to stop thinking about scoring goals and get them involved emotionally into fighting you or getting under their skin, they'll lose a series. Hardcore, especially against Dallas. However, if the Avalanche play the way that we all know they're capable of, it's kind of like I don't really want to say anything like about the Avalanche versus Jets, because what happened in the Jets series is purely an inexperienced team going against the cup contender. They hit the Avalanche in the mouth game 1. The Avalanche reacted, hit right back, and it just threw the Jets off, and they couldn't compete after that. The Avalanche just said, alright, you guys came with your punch, we're going to hit back, and we're just not going to let the gas. And the Jets never figured out a way to match that intensity. I think Bonus, whatever his name is, Bonus, the coach of the Jets, said it best. We couldn't, the playoffs are a different level, and we couldn't rise to that occasion. Dallas can. Dallas can certainly grind you down and get you into the thick of it, is what I call it. They can make the ice feel like quicksand. So you have to be able to, if you're an Avalanche player, rise above that and just play your game. Doesn't matter what's going on, play your game. Dallas is a very defensive first minded team. They're going to try to wither away at games. They're not really going to try and match your pace. They're just more going to bring you down to theirs. Where the Avalanche are a very high octane, like I said in the beginning, and very much go, go, go. So that's why I'm saying this has the opportunity to be one of the craziest series we've seen in recent history. Ultimately, what I think, in my honest opinion, is I think Avalanche 4-2. I see Dallas maybe winning 1 at home. I think Dallas will only win at home. I don't think they're going to win on the road against the Avs. I don't really know if any team that I see even left in these playoffs are going to beat the Avalanche at home. So I think the Avalanche got that going for them. However, like I said, if you can chip away at the Avs and grind them into it, then you got a chance. So I think that this series goes 4-2 Avalanche, because I think they could very likely grab a game or two off of Dallas on the road. I think the first couple of games we're going to see maybe 4-3, 4-2, and then maybe a 5-2 or something of that nature. And then from there on, it's going to be 3-1, 4-2. Maybe, I don't know if we'll get a shutout at all in this series, but I'm just hoping it's nothing so for me in football, I'm all about defense, so I love games that end up being 10-3. But in hockey, my favorite score is 5-4. I want to see scoring, so that Boston versus Toronto series, it was hard for me because I was just guys, there's, and I can't compare it to the Avalanche versus Dallas, because apologies to fan bases out there, because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I don't really care. neither the Maple Leafs or Bruins are in any kind of level of the Avalanche or Stars right now. They're just not. They're kind of like a step down. Like if you look at a tier system, you got like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. The Avalanche and Stars are tiers ahead of them. So I don't expect that kind of hockey from those guys. But watching a series like that, especially when you got like Nashville and Vancouver, like Nashville and Vancouver are a baby version of the way I could see the Avalanche and Stars going. Like Nashville found a way to just grime and turn the ice into quicksand against Vancouver, and that's how they got to Game 6 or Game 7 or Game 6. I can't remember. I think it was Game 6. That's how they got that far, is because Vancouver had to figure that shit out, and they had to just say, all right, how do we figure this shit out? Like, they have slowed us down completely, and the way you do that is you win all the puck battles on the sides and the boards. You win those battles. That's how you grind high octane teams down. You make the neutral zone a complete and total war, and you just fight for every single puck that comes onto the boards. Dallas will play that game. That's Dallas's game. That's how they got so many points, is that they drove teams into overtime and they'd get their point, you know? So they just grind you down that way. It's nothing special. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing... I don't even think that their offense... I think... So 1 to 10 on offense, I give Dallas like a solid 5, maybe 6. 1 to 10 on defense, I give them a solid 8 to 9. So for the Avalanche defense, I give them like a 6 to 7. Offense, I give them like an 8 to 9. So that's where it's going to be. Just that's where that battle's going to be. Is just who wins that, you know. I'm going to give it to the Avalanche. It's not just because of fan bias or anything. I just think that the Avalanche have grown since the last time they faced Dallas in the playoffs. 2020 was a hard series for them. Then they went and lost again the next year in Vegas. But they found a way to break through in 2022. Last year's first round exit sucked because they were hurt. I think McKinnon and Rantanen were averaging like 26 minutes a game. Like Makar was taking on 30 minutes almost of game time in that series, and it just withered them away, you know. Injuries late in the season really cost them last year. And then you had the whole debacle with Nichushkin disappearing. We all thought Gabe was coming back for end of the year, and then it was like a week before playoffs he announced he wasn't returning. So it was just a whole series of like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and we're hurting, and like all that. Even if you are the cup champions, you can only face so much like that, plus another NHL pro team, you know. So this year I feel like that they are much more focused in. If we saw anything in that Winnipeg series, is that the secondary scoring really stepped up. Yes, Nichushkin and Artturi Lehkonen were absolute monsters, but we saw the third and fourth line, and that's what Joe Sakic did this year. Is he went and got Trennan and Duhaime and Walker, and he went and got these guys who you can just stick into a lineup and go and take on a team like the Stars, a team like the Vegas Knights. Like, this is the thing that a lot of people didn't realize, and I had to explain it to a lot of people, is that the Avalanche at the trade deadline were not going after the big top 6 forward for a reason. It's because they believe that their top 6 can compete with everybody else's top 6, which they can't. If we get Druin back, our top 6 can go head to head against any top 6 team in this playoff and beat them. Like, the thing that Joe Sakic decided to prepare for was matchups like, what if we run into Dallas? What if we run into Vegas? What if we run into Nashville? What if we run into St. Louis? Like, these really grindy teams. And because that's a much more real possibility this year, right? And look at where we are. Second round of the playoffs now. We're running into that team he prepared for. So what did he do? He went and got some nastiness. Trennan, Duhane, Walker. He got those guys to combat that. And that's why this is their series. This is where they prove if Joe Sakic was right or wrong with his trades. So, it's a lot to see what happens there, you know? I think what the Stars have going for them in a major way is they just came off taking out the Cup champs. They have that confidence. They got punched in the mouth games 1 and 2, but they bounced right back. They showed us what it was to play Dallas hockey. I mean, after game 1 and 2, I told my buddy AJ, like, Dallas wins the series. I told him that game 3. I was just like, and everybody was sitting there like crazy, like, oh dude, what are you talking about? Like, they're still up 2-1, and I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, Dallas wins this series. Like, this is not, Vegas can't keep up with this. And that's where can the Avalanche take that punch in the mouth? They can take the punch in the mouth from Winnipeg. Can they take it from Dallas? So that's what we're going to see. So ultimately, like I said, I predict the Avalanche to win this series 4-2. So that'll be my first prediction. Is Colorado Avalanche. How do I do that? There we go. Okay. So and we'll see again. It's the 5th of May. So we'll meet back up here. What? Let's see. How about we meet back up on... We got game 1, game 2, game 3. Yeah, we'll meet up game 3, middle of the series. So maybe on the 12th, I'll have another video up. Maybe we'll just make this a Sunday thing. I'll put a video out every Sunday. And we'll see where we're at with the series. For all I know, it's 3-0 Dallas. Maybe it's 3-0 Colorado. Maybe it's 2-1 Dallas off of an overtime game. Like, we'll see. So, now to do this, I missed the entire first chance of the bracket, and I've done one for the past, like, 5 years. Whoops. So I just gotta do this. Boston doesn't have a shot in hell of making that. Like, from what I saw, Boston is gonna get just railroaded in this next series. I think New York's gonna creep this one out. Eastern Conference, predict how many games this will last. I think they go 6, these guys go 4. Sorry Bruin fans, but you guys just not this year. Maybe if you guys get a little bit younger, get some more offensive talent, we'll talk. And then I got Edmonton coming out of this. I think Edmonton wins this in 6, and I think Colorado wins that in 6. So, what do I got going on here? Now, if you guys notice, these are the most, in my opinion, of the league, these are the 4 most complete teams in the league. Complete, what I mean is, they have a very wide range of offense and defense, and if they can get good to great goaltending, they're going to win every given night. So, you got the 2 best goalies left in the playoffs right here. Bob versus Shesterkin. And then you got Skinner versus Georgiev. He'll be the 4th ranked goalie in this. He'll be the goalie that everybody's like, it's shaky, but everybody said that about Kempe. So, I'm not going to keep talking about 2 years ago. I understand that. It's in the past. But I just want people to understand that. So, the Avalanche have that for them. They've been through this gauntlet. So, which these guys have too. So, I'm going to give this one to the Avs. I think that the Avalanche will punch these guys in the mouth just like they did before. And I think that they will show their experience here in this round. I think if the Avalanche get through the second round, they go to the Cup final. I don't care who they play here. I think if the Avalanche can break through this, that their trip to the Stanley Cup finals is even easier. Just because I don't believe in either of these teams compared to these guys. Um, this might be the best series of the 2024 playoffs. So I would say be prepared for that. This might be the best hockey we see in the 2024 playoffs, which is a shame. You want to see the best hockey in the Cup final, but I think this will probably be the best series. It's really hard to predict this one, but I gotta give it to teams that have been there. These guys just can't get over that hump, and until they prove it and prove me wrong, I'm gonna go with the team that's gotten there before. So, between these two, of course, I want to go Avs. I know that's Florida we're talking about here, but I think the Avs can take them. I think it'll be a very hard-fought series. I think this one will go 6. I don't really see many 7-game series from here on out because those teams that are really grimy and grindy of those teams left is just Dallas. And I don't think that these games get pushed to 7 anymore. Not in these playoffs. So I'm going to go Avs. I think that they take it. Predict the number of goals in the Stanley Cup series. Holy cow. There's going to be like 40. So, but yeah, I want to give it to the Avs. Again, I'm a hometown kid. I predict them, of course. But I think that they can just do it with their prowess. Like I told you, they've been through this before. They can do it now. These guys, I don't believe in at all. I think that they're just a big fake right now. Give them a couple more years. I think that this is like, I know that you got Canada's darling in Connor McDavid there, but I just, sorry, you guys' secondary scoring and depth is just pitiful. Like, you just don't match up. These guys are stacked, and they're strong, and they're good, but I just don't think that beats experience, which is what Florida has. Florida found a way last year to do something we all couldn't believe that they could do, and more, and I think that they just carry that. And this very easily could be Florida's Cup. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But that's my process. That's my guesses for right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Obviously, if this gets like no views, or if people are just like, don't do this, I don't like this, I'm probably just gonna stop. So, but anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your guys' insights of why you think your teams will win. I don't want to bash anybody because Colorado has faults of their own. Like, any given night, they just suck. And if McKinnon doesn't have his legs going, the Avalanche just fall and crumble. Rantanen can be non-existent a lot of time. And our depth sometimes can just kill us. And then Georgiev, he just gives up craziness amount of goals. So, anyways, game. But I think that these teams are all locked in, and I'm just hoping we're in for a great playoff. So, anyway, guys, please, again, like, comment, subscribe, be kind, be respectful to each other, and I'll see you guys on the 12th. Peace.